All right, so it's 8:14, excuse me, 8:12. That's August 12th. My name is Steven. Welcome back to the channel. It's New York session, about 1:30 Eastern time. I jumped into a trade here, fading the all-time highs, and we may get stopped out here. That's fine. I saw some price action and some things in the Edgeful reports that kind of uh, um, fit the idea of taking a short back towards the initial balance. So you can see we have our stops in place. We have our take profit in place. But the truth is I only have about 10 to 15 minutes. So I was hoping this would play out fairly quickly. And then I have to go see clients. So regardless of where we're at, I'm probably going to close this trade out. Haven't traded anything on this account today. The opening range breakout trade didn't fire. The initial balance didn't do anything with the initial balance trade. So really, this is kind of our one opportunity today to possibly get a short scalp to move our balance up higher, or in this case, maybe lower if we hit our stop. So stops placed slightly above the all-time high. Obviously rejected down, consolidated. Um, Saw some indecision candles push us back down, and we just ripped back up with a strong buying candle. This is on the 5-minute chart, MES. And yeah, we'll see if we get stopped out or not. But it is what it is. We're going to hold our stop right where it's at. Um, and the play is to try to move back into the initial balance. So let's just take a quick look at Edgeful here. So on MES, the initial balance breakout, it breaks out 6 to 8% of the time, and it's a single break. And this is on Tuesdays. And then we go into a retracement. 77% of the time, it retraces to 18%. Well, let's see how many times it retraces to, for instance, this is kind of in the way here. What the hell? Well, I guess I'll put 2%, but I really want 1%, but this fucking header is in the way. How do I get rid of it? I can't get rid of it. Oh, what a fucking nightmare. Anyways, pardon my French. So there we go. 100% it retraces to 1. So the idea is that we're at least going to retrace back to the initial balance high. And for today, going back into trading view, our initial balance high is about 64.40. So that's kind of our target. And if we go back to Quant Hour, you'll see that I have it set at 64.40.25. So that's kind of the trade idea, using Edgeful reports to look for a short idea, counter trend in this bullish market, this bullish day. Again, I've made some rules to myself that if I can't actively watch the trade, I'm not going to blindly just set limits and walk away from it. So the goal here is to take our profits, uh, no matter what time it is. I have to close the trade out. I'm going to say in like no later than 10 to 12 minutes. So I have about 10 to 12 minutes to work with. Um, Looks like we're getting another rejection. So we're still in this consolidation though. If we pull up bookmap, we can see that we have some selling pressure though, and there's a lot of order book, and volume is leaning to the sell side. CVD has dropped a little bit, but we're still in the positive since the session open, and anything could happen here. But it's looking promising if I have enough time to actually take this to target, which I don't think I'm going to. But this was our trade idea, and yeah, so we were patient. This is one trade. We actually jumped into a trade earlier because I had a buy stop set up for a pivot zone trade, but I got out of it, take profit because or not at break even because I didn't like what I saw. So we just closed it out immediately. So there was really no trade there. Other than that, this is kind of where we stand. Um, and we are expecting a retracement back to this level, which happens almost every single time. And no matter what happens, we're going to be okay, even if we have to close a trade out early and take off, because it's better to. The reason why I won't leave this trade open, even though I have the stop set, is that sometimes these orders don't close, and then if I'm in a position after, I think it's 1700 Eastern time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, I risk losing my account and failing the challenge. So I just have to be here for it because I'm executing in Quant Tower on 5 accounts, and um, I would just rather be safe than sorry. Running about, just send a text real quick, running a few minutes late. Get all my shit together so I'm ready. Truth be told, we probably shouldn't even got in this trade because we just don't have time to really see it through. So I would consider this probably forcing a trade, although it was backed by good data. The fact that we can't stay here and manage it properly, that means just making sure all the orders are closed. I mean, we're going to allow it to hit the stop if it wants to. In this case, plan is set. But probably could have been a little bit better with that. Um, the good news is that it's only one MNQ, so one contract, small size. Excuse, one MES, even smaller. We'll pause the video for a minute and I'll update you when I either close it out or we hit our stop. Okay, so we did hit our stop and we're out. So coming back into Quant Tower, let's just take a look. That was one MES. We're down 28.75 on the trade. So small loss. It's probably going to end up going back in the opposite direction. But because we have to go see clients, we're going to stop right here. And that'll be our one trade on this account for the New York session. And yeah, my thought was to move the stop just a little bit higher because I anticipated it being that level being swept before price moves back down. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Be back for the next episode.